Hi, I'm Chris, and have you ever wanted to get slightly grazed by a monster while you're stuck in your stupid long animation and slowly await your fate as you're glued to the ground? Yeah, in this video, we're beating Monster Hunter without moving a single time. No walking, no dashing, basically no fun while in combat, which means this circle is red. Now you might be wondering, Crit, this is gonna be so easy, just block, parry, tackle, you're using the greatsword, why would you even need to move? And honestly, that's exactly what I thought. I thought this was gonna be a super easy challenge. I grabbed the ad money and then I run away. But then I began to use the weapon and I realized, hey, I'm stuck on the ground for 3 whole ass seconds every time I try to do a true charged slash. Every time I get hit, I get stunned for, and I'm not even kidding, 5 whole ass seconds. No, 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 I'm gonna die. No, not like this, not like this. 5 seconds where the monster can, I don't know, hit you again and stun you for another 5 seconds. But whatever, that's future me's problem, and trust me, there's a lot more problems to come. But I don't want to bore you. I went into character creation, created the Man of Steel, the immovable man, Joseph Stalin, and began my first encounter with the... How do I say this? This guy set me up, man. I didn't even get to feel the pain of not being able to play the video game after landing a true charged slash, leaving me open for half an hour because he would lick me and I would get straight back to fighting. To sum it up, he basically did all the animation cancels for me. In general, the formula is like this. Block until a monster comes to you or use an offset attack. These 2 ways of getting to an enemy are practically the only ways for me to reach it. Then I basically have to pray to RNGesus to land an attack without getting hit. Luckily, Chatacabra is as easy as ever, and honestly, I barely even noticed I was doing the challenge. That's quickly gonna change though. See, next up is Quematrice, and here's when I started to learn a bunch of techs, and also when I realized that this challenge was gonna be a pain in the ass. You know fire, right? You know how you're supposed to roll to not get hit by it? Yeah, no, that's a problem here. And another thing, I won't be able to heal. Because I'm unable to make space, or dodge, or recover when I get hit, there's basically 0 opportunities for me to ever use a potion, which means I'm completely reliant on the palico. And if you've ever played Monster Hunter, you know that these things are basically just glorified slot machines because you truly are gambling with your life when it comes to these silly little dogs. But here's the thing. When I said that you couldn't animation cancel out of the true charged slash, I was kind of lying. Don't get me wrong, there's literally 0 way to cancel the recovery of getting hit by a monster, so it stuns you like goddamn world, but you can actually cut the recovery animation of the true charged slash with either a block or a wound attack. By pressing either of those buttons, even without dashing or moving, you cut the recovery time in half. Don't get me wrong, it'll still mean you're gonna get bonked in the head, unable to do anything about it half the time, but sometimes you'll get these gross combos that make me forget I'm doing a challenge. Now, unfortunately, I'm not immune to human error. Hey, don't mind me. Oh shit, I moved. So I did move, which means I think... I think I need to kill myself. I think, that's a little annoying. But that's my very first reset. But luckily we got him on my very second try. And honestly, this showed me that every single fight in this game was going to be a complete coin toss. Half of the fight, I'll be comboing the hell out of the enemy, abusing wounds and making sure they couldn't even get away from me. And the other half of the time, I wouldn't be able to land a single thing because I'm trapped in a combo like I'm playing a damn fighting game. Okay, and on the topic of learning even more techs, the Lala Barina kind of opened my eyes a little. See, while most people think of the Great Shield as left click, left click, left click, there's actually another combo called the wide sweep. Now, with being able to actually move, it's basically used as chip damage, but against a boss as mobile as Lala Barina, I found that it was actually one of the ways you could travel around using the greatsword without moving. Sure, it was slow as all hell and left me extremely vulnerable, like seriously, do not try to do this in endgame, but still, it moved me slightly and did a good amount of damage if you did land your attack. Now, Lala Barina has a stun, and in case you haven't noticed, the way you break out of stuns is by mashing your movement, so yeah, add that to the list of oops, I'm stuck in an animation and now I'm gonna die. However, the tech of landing a true charged slash after landing a nasty tackle and praying to God that your wound attack somehow makes a wound worked wonders. Moving on, Congalala. Surprisingly, he was very easy. He's actually a rather simple fight and surprisingly very similar to the Lala Barina. The only real problem is their children. See, this guy absolutely shreds the durability of your weapons and you might be aggroed by his children even when the actual fight leaves, so it forces you to mow them down before hopping in your secret and actually progressing the game. The most important thing to remember is managing sharpness. See, because you can't move, you cannot make space to not only heal but also sharpen, and as a chronic sharpen in the middle of the battle hunter, it hurts me. Now, I don't know if perfect blocking makes your weapon lose less sharpness, but what I do know is that the tackle is always a better option. However, sometimes you charge your sword a little early, and in most cases, you could dodge out, but unfortunately, that's not an option for you, so you just kind of have to eat the attack. However, when I say that this was a 2 out of 10 in the pain in the ass scale, compared to the 10 out of 10 pain I felt later in the game, I really do mean it. Can you make some wounds for me? I really can't do shit without wounds right now. I'm not even kidding. Okay, I need to get an offset. I'm throwing, bro. It's actually the difficulty spikes in this challenge hit me like a pickup truck and completely changed my perception of this entire game's difficulty, and nothing showed that more than the Balahara and Doshaguma. You remember when I was complaining about the Lala Barina being too mobile? Balahara is genuinely unhittable. See, this was the first of what I like to call RNG bosses, and I say that not only because they're luck-based, but more because it depends on if they want to fight you or not. See, monsters like the Balahara are not hard because they have difficult moves. God no, I know those dudes like they're my freeloading cousins sleeping in the guest room. No, these guys are powerful because you'll never be able to get to them, and when you do, you're stuck in your stupid ass wide sweep animation, which you can't cancel, and you get knocked down for like half a month, where the monster then runs away. Oh my god. Please let me hit the wound, bro. Oh my god. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna shoot myself. So it's this chicken and egg battle where you really just need to be patient. Stop going for the wide sweep combos and just stand there, blocking and waiting for the perfect opportunity to charge up and tackle. I would say offset, but the Leviathan's bum-ass hitbox doesn't really allow me to suggest that to you with goodwill. Now, Doshaguma is one of the best fights in this game. No questions asked. I mean, this dude is awesome, and honestly, he's even better without movement. Okay, not really, but he's a more interesting fight without it. Firstly, the offsets. Oh my god, this stuff gets my pussy wet every single time. See, one of the easiest ways of getting to a monster and landing hits is through offsets, and this guy's moveset allows me to actually land them. Don't get me wrong, if you miss one, you're dead. Like, straight up. He's gonna combo you like in a fighting game, bro. He'll hit you down, slam on you, and then eat you whole. But when you do hit your offset, it hits. This guy prints wounds like the US government prints money, and like the US government, it leads to it getting cooked. Remember the animation cancel, the one with the wound attack? Yeah, land a true charge slash, and 9 times out of 10, the animation cancel will lead to a wound popped, which leads to another true charged slash, aim it at another part of the Doshi's body, and oof, you've got a stew cooking. Somehow not get hit by that, I'm not gonna complain, but goddamn. And now for the difficulty spike. Duna. Let me put it like this. Regenerative armor and Leviathan. So yeah, not only will you never be able to hit it, but when you actually eventually land that hit, you'll be bonking his armor that'll be regenerated right back after he proceeds to run 50 rings around you. Now, the main difficulty with a lot of Leviathans is its complicated hitbox and the simple fact that you'll never be able to hit it. Out of all the monster types in Monster Hunter, I find these guys the hardest because honestly, they're just kind of confusing to hit and to not get hit by. I love them, they're all amazing and very silly and very slippery, but above all else, this is where the fact that it takes half a month to get up after a hit was felt the most. There's only so much you can do once you're knocked down, and by so much I mean nothing, because all you can really do is to just hope the monster forgets about your existence and not hit you. Honestly, Olivia saved me from so much pain by distracting this fat fish, but it was also a double-edged sword. Above all else, all I wanted to do was hit this guy, but whenever I finally get to him, he slides halfway across the map, either to nowhere or to Olivia, and then I'm stuck again. And honestly, the wide slash will not work because 1, he's halfway across the map, and 2, if you try it, he's gonna do a stupid move like his silly spinny somersault, and yeah, you can kiss your life goodbye because it's over. Not only will you get hit, you will also be on your ass for the next year, so pop open Twitter and pray or something. Oh yeah, and that move where he dives into the ocean and creates waves, obviously slinging on bugs counts as movement, so my dumbass thought I could block it. Let's just say you can't block it. Luckily, Olivia is the goat and unironically carried my ass. God, this guy isn't even skulled yet. That's the craziest part. He still just kicked. Oh, never mind. I need to stop talking sometimes, man. But whatever. I'm sure the monster 2 fights away won't be a pain. And hey, I'm right, because it turns out the 2 monsters are pains in the ass. See, Rompopolo is one of the easiest greatsword fights in this game. When moving, you stun lock this guy so badly, and his moves are so hilariously slow that you've basically got everything down. However, while still easy, I nearly died to this guy. Wait, did I say nearly? No, I'm looking back at this footage. No, I died to this guy. Yeah, I actively got cooked by this guy. Call it hubris, call it greed, it most definitely is. See, sometimes you just want to get that attack in, but then you see it. The bubbles on the floor. and before you can tackle or block, bang, it launches you into the sky and now you're stunned. And when I say stunned, I mean it. Like, I was getting passed around like a blunt from bubble to bubble, and when I say that you'll never be able to get off a heal, I truly mean it, because you'll never be able to get off a heal in this fight. No, no, don't do that, heal me! No, heal, Palico! Oh my god, stop with the goofy bullshit, heal me! Please! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can't do anything! No, I'm gonna die! Palico, what the f are you doing? Oh my god. I just wasted 6 fucking healing potions. Yeah, even when it looks like you're fine, even when you're literally on your legs, standing up, your character will just refuse to use a potion for another 2-3 seconds. And because I didn't know about this, I thought I was just pressing the wrong key or my keyboard was broken, and that led to me getting hit by another attack, and the cruel, cruel cycle continues. Luckily, we learned from our mistakes. Be less greedy. I'm sure I'm never gonna do that again. I fought Rey Dau 1 million times and know his moves like the back of my hands, so yeah, I got really greedy. See, this boss is the turning point. Here's when this challenge goes from an inconvenient one to one that makes me want to uninstall the damn game and go back to playing Marvel Rivals. And that's really not a good sign. Imagine the pain from Balahara, Lala Barina, and Nurcylla, and just triple it. I don't know how I didn't see this one coming, to be honest. If you block, you're stuck in these disgusting never-ending strings that'll never give you enough space to charge up an attack and tackle. The only way to reach him is with an offset, which you can't really spam out because it'll always end up halfway across the map. I'm just gonna let this clip speak for itself. And so after that failure, I decided to switch up strategies and picked up the longsword. And guys, it did not make things better. See, the longsword unironically has worse mobility than the greatsword. Like, I completely forgot that the special sheath was bound to my dash, so for the first half of the fight, I couldn't even use it. I basically was just fat fingering my old keybinds and wondering why the special sheath wasn't coming out. And above all, I basically had to play this weapon perfectly, because for a foresight slash, if I missed it, well, I would be dead. In fact, I initially held back on the longsword in fear that it would make the challenge too easy, but nope. Even when I was doing the OP ass Crimson Slash combo, I quickly realized that I couldn't reach the boss. Like, I couldn't even touch Rey Dau. In highlight, I think I could have used the Foresight Slash, and I think I could have risked it and used the special sheath, but in the panic of the moment, I was just slashing air in confusion. And this was so stressful. I was on my very last life because I was basically tilt queuing, and it got to a point where all I really could do was just pray for my hits to land. Luckily, Crimson Slash is as OP as they say, but I was unironically missing the greatsword. However, after like 15 minutes of pure tedious slashing, the battle ended and my suffering was over. But when I say that Rey Dau and Nurcylla were 2 times easier than Nurcylla and Jin Dahaad, I was not lying. Well, actually no, I probably am, because I would say they're like 3 times easier, to be honest. However, before we reach that part of the game, we first must defeat a couple more fodder monsters, starting with Nurcylla. Now, as an Australian, I've got this. Is what I would say if I could block the damn sleep. Yeah, in case you don't know, Nurcylla's sleep is unblockable, which leads to situations like this. Oh, I hate that you can't block that move. It's so devastating, it's so annoying if you can't block it. This fight was so easy without this mechanic. Like, seriously, there's no other way to not get hit by this move other than charging, which is risky because I can't dodge out of it if I feed, which I really do. And this is my first time playing the greatsword besides the hour I spent with it in my every weapons video, so I was very new and terrible with this weapon. It also doesn't help that this boss has poison. If you couldn't notice from the Quematrice fight, status effects are the bane of my existence. Like, fire is already bad enough because I can't roll to put it out, but poison is also a pain because there's literally zero way I could have enough time on my hands to chug down an entire antidote, because I just have to sit there in front of the boss and hope he just doesn't sit. God, I love Monster Hunter so much. And it gets worse because Hirabami is a boss that I thought was practically free. But how do I say this? I couldn't get dung pods because I can't call pastrami sandwich to me during combat. So this entire first phase, I was doing a 3v1 against these Hirabamis, and to be honest, I was kind of killing it. Oh god, I'm stuck again. I am hanging in by a thread right now, bro. Like, this is not looking pretty. Of course, when I finally got back and died, the fight was rather uneventful. Hirabami is really interesting because above every other fight, it makes you feel the best for grounding it. Maybe eclipsed only by Rathalos. Because it's constantly in the air and being incredibly annoying, there's kind of like a satisfaction in downing it after whacking its tail for half an hour until it falls off. Because trust me, once it falls off, you're going to land like 5 true charge slash combos and you're going to be doing the most amount of damage in this game, but it still made the fight feel extremely slow. And honestly, this boss just isn't that great. However, that 3v1 in the start was honestly kind of fun. It turns out the Hirabamis are just really damn weak in general, and they're really good at missing all their attacks. Unironically, sometimes I'll just go off sound cues, and if I just heard a roar, I'll do a tackle, and then I wouldn't get hit. And unironically, I think 3 of them might have helped in the first phase. See, whenever I got frozen, usually the Hirabami would do a really powerful attack and knock every single bone out of your body. But with 3 of them, it's more likely that you get hit with a really weak move that flinches you, and it also breaks out the ice, which saves you from a lot of hassle. Truly, it was one of the experiences of all time, but honestly, I don't regret it. It was kind of fun practice, and it was a good change of pace. And honestly, I pray to God that every single fight could be like that, because oh my God, it got so bad after this exact fight. Yeah, any sort of fun is gone now. Not a single ounce of it is left. I'm just gonna let this speak for itself. I am convinced that this was the worst fight in this entire game for this challenge. You remember when I was talking about getting stuck in combos? Yeah, no, this guy is just a fighting game character. It really is like I'm fighting Soul Bad Guy, because seriously, the moment I get even a little bit of stun, he volcanic vipers my ass and I get my entire health bar sent all the way back to Narnia. And you might be thinking, hey Crit, just stand up and block with your sword or something. But I physically can't, because from this point onwards, there is no such thing as a flinch attack. Every single hit will ground you like you're stunned in world, and you just kind of have to sit there and take it. Another terrible thing is how quickly this guy attacks. Even with the greatsword in the vanilla game, you basically had to rely on dodging to get out of situations that you really shouldn't have been in. Unless you're a really good player who memorizes the movesets of all of these enemies, it's incredibly hard to just stand there and know what you're doing. Furthermore, he does this thing that I call the Elden Ring boss syndrome, where he holds his hands up in the air like a bastard for half an hour and then drops them when you least expect it, which means offset attacks just did not fit in my mind. Luckily, I had a plan. It's called cheesing the boss with the longsword. And by cheesing, I mean, I finally decided to start using the special sheath. And in case you were thinking, oh, this probably made it easier. No, it really didn't. See, I only did this after I died, and honestly, I really regretted it because I think I would have better luck using the greatsword. You might be thinking, hey, why is the longsword such a bad idea? Crit, why would it be such a bad idea? Yeah, it's because you couldn't hit him, like, at all. And not to mention that some attacks just can't be deflected. You see this move where he throws a rock at you? You can't use a foresight slash on that, which means you'll just get hit, and when you get hit, you'll get stunned on the ground, and I'm not gonna lie, hitting those foreskin swirls, they never get old, and honestly, it was kind of a nice refresher being able to genuinely break out of combos and react to the moveset. It turns out that even though I was still struggling, this tiny bit of control gave me the motivation I needed to push through this fight, giving me a tiny bit of control in the fight that I genuinely missed so much. It felt like I finally had a way to control the battle instead of just being bent over and forced to do whatever the boss wanted me to do. That being said, I no doubt I only won because Olivia carried me, but if you thought that fight was going to be hard, I have terrible news to break for you, because unironically, this was only the start of when things started getting really bad. But you know what isn't as hard as New Udra? Fellas, it's pressing the subscribe button. I am a very new channel who basically only started 1 month ago, and your support means genuinely everything. Before my last video, I only had like 300 subscribers, and it's gone up by almost 1,000, and I'm so damn grateful and so thankful for all of it. So please, if you do want to support a new creator who wants to make at least above average content, then subscribe and comment. Commenting really helps so damn much. Thank you so much for getting to this part of the video. I'm unendingly grateful, and I hope you enjoy the rest to come, because the Black Flame New Udra was maybe one of the worst experiences I've ever had in all of gaming. Honestly, I think I deserve it. In my Every Monsters video, I constantly complained about how I thought New Udra was very easy. And honestly, as a Charge Blade and Insect Glaive main, I still completely stand by it. But what I missed out was the fact that he doesn't really stop attacking. Now with the Charge Blade and the Insect Glaive and literally every single weapon in the game with movement, that's not a problem because it'll hit you and then you'll dash immediately out of it because he can't stun you. However, with this set of moves, it meant I could not get a single hit in. And when I did manage to get a single hit in, not only did it not go anywhere, it also meant that the moment I made one single mistake, my life was over. I'm not even exaggerating. If you get hit once, you will die. You're gonna get comboed to hell and back. And the worst part about it is I just feel really stupid because I talked so much trash about this monster in my video. The strategy is to attack the tentacles, and I used the greatsword and the longsword for this fight. And honestly, between those two, I think the longsword was genuinely the better play for this one. Even though I had more success with the greatsword, the longsword provided the mobility and the ability to quickly react that I really needed. However, that almost exclusively applied to the Crimson Slash form of the weapon. Without having my spirit gauge maxed out, this fight was absolutely miserable, where I'd basically have to pray that I wouldn't get hit and land a lucky special sheath. Furthermore, whenever he got actively enraged, I basically was forced to use the greatsword because I could not move out of his flamethrower attack. I mean, in retrospect, I probably could have dashed out of it with the foresight slash or something like that. But again, I didn't know I could do that until like very end of this fight when I was just about to win. It was truly hell, and it was incredibly frustrating. I mean, sometimes you just wonder why your cat doesn't heal you. Combined with the fact that not only did I forget to drink a cool potion because I'm a moron, and the inability to deal with the fire blight, it was constantly a reminder that I was gonna die if I made a single bad play. And honestly, in retrospect, that was kind of awesome. This fight was not only harder than Zoh Shia, but it taught me an incredibly valuable lesson. Every single fight I fought before this, I fought defensively. I waited for the monster to come to me and I reacted to his attacks. But this fight was different. It taught me that from now on, I could not play like that. I had to be aggressive because the moment the enemy had an advantage on me, it would win. I had to be the one landing the first blows or else I'll get comboed to oblivion. And when I finally took that advice to heart, great things happened. Unfortunately, it didn't stop me from getting brutally murdered. Yeah, after that beautiful, inspirational thingamabob in my head, I fed. And I was kind of tilted because I died again and again and again, which really sucked. So I did what every single gamer suggests. I put down the controller and I went for a break. And when I came back, yeah, no, it honestly didn't get much better, but I'll keep it real with you. The muscle memory from dying so much to this fight and memorizing every single attack he has really paid off because this attempt, I genuinely managed to beat him. Now, am I proud of the win? Absolutely hell goddamn no. No, I did not deserve to win this. I was on my very last revive and I got the luckiest, most stupid capture I've ever gotten in my entire life, but my reaction to this fight was all that needs to be said. Bro, that was the worst fucking fight I've ever had to do in this entire game. And guys, I was so tilted, like even more tilted than when I decided to do stupid stuff like trying to beat 20 roguelikes in 24 hours. So I decided to do the immoral. I decided to pull out the lance. My thought process was like this. Why not try this no mobility challenge with the least mobile weapon, and well, I'll let the next 3 fights speak for themselves. Guardian Doshaguma was... it went incredibly. I decided that I would choose consistent damage over a bunch of damage at the same time because the lance isn't really well known for doing a lot of damage until wilds. And when I say until wilds, I know it did a lot of damage in like generation 1 and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying. It didn't do that much damage in world, and honestly, that was when my mind was at this moment in time, and so I thought it would make for a fair challenge. It did not. See, I went back to fight Quematrice with the lance, and I quickly realized that this thing was kind of crazy. Guys, I know you see a whole bunch of moves here, but let me just put it simply. Left click, block, and maybe throw in a wound attack if you're feeling really spicy. Furthermore, this weapon had incredible built-in mobility because the dash attack is genuinely faster than running. You might be wondering, hey Crit, doesn't this completely fuck your entire challenge in the ass? Yeah, no, the Guardian Doshaguma was really easy, and honestly, just so you don't click off this video, let me assure you that I swapped the hell off this weapon, because even in my tilted ass state, I could still recognize that this thing completely broke the ever-living hell out of the spirit of this challenge. But also, I kinda needed my spirit. So after using the giblets of the Guardian Doshaguma, I decided to test my luck out on my least favorite monster in this entire campaign, the Guardian Rathalos. See, in my first run of the Monster Hunter Wilds story, this was the fight that me and my friend had the most trouble with. Now don't get me wrong, we breezed through the entire thing because we were abusing the gun lance and charge blade, and we basically made sure that every single enemy in this game suffered from a bug known as not being able to move, so I thought this boss was going to be a pain in the ass. And I don't think my assumptions were wrong. Guardian Rathalos is a monster that flies, because Rathalos is a monster that quite famously doesn't get off the floor, and I thought that because of this, the lance would have an extremely hard time and lose extreme amounts of durability, leading me to sharpen during the middle of combat, killing all my momentum and spiraling me into a never-ending circle of death. Oh no, I need a heal right now. Misclick. However, that was not the case. Rathalos kind of just took it like a good boy. Yeah, he kind of just sat still for me. And whenever I did an attack, he would just take it. And the best part about this was there was zero consequences for my actions, because not only could I never get hit because I have a shield on tap, but also if he did try to run away from me and make space, I didn't even have to consider that as a factor because I could just do the dash attack and get right back to him. Furthermore, the lance in this game, like I've already said in my weapon video, does a hideous amount of damage. Like, it's kind of gross how much damage the lance does. And so I steamrolled through the fight. And that made me really concerned, because I realized that I wasn't really doing this challenge for the sake of the challenge anymore. Whenever you decide to do a challenge like this, I see it as a way to thank the game and to play it in a new light. To be able to look at something you adored and loved and to be able to go, hey, I want to experience it in a different way and make it even more difficult. To challenge myself by removing all sense of logic and reason and still being able to find enjoyment and love inside this experience. And that's such a beautiful thing, and that's why I find these challenge videos so incredible. It's these absolute personifications of human willpower and unemployment, and it genuinely is mind-blowing some of the stuff that happens. And this isn't even close to being a genuinely difficult challenge, but even with all this frustration, I was still having the absolute time of my life. But fellas, when I say that if I was to fight this next boss without the lance, I would absolutely hate every single moment I would spend with this entire franchise, I would mean it, because finally, Jin Dahaad. If you ever fought him, you're gonna know one thing. Even with his stupid massive ass hitbox, he is slippery as hell. He constantly moves around, does damage that covers his entire body, and of course has an eschaton judgment that will literally destroy everything in your path, which means not being able to move in this fight was gonna be a real pain in the ass. Comboed along with his massive health pool and his even more massive damage that he deals out on a regular basis, it seemed genuinely impossible for me as a greatsword player to do it. So let me admit this. I used the lance. And when I say it was such a slaughter that it made me immediately go back to the greatsword afterwards, I mean it, because I just want to let this speak for itself. Okay, you're never gonna get hit. See, one thing about Jin Dahaad that I don't think a lot of people notice is his incredible passion for getting hit and stunned. Above any fight in this game, this guy is the one that stuns the most, and a lot of the times, that stun isn't incredibly useful. If you're on the wrong side of his body, you can only attack his back, which is covered in armor, which means you don't really do that much damage. Furthermore, because he's so mobile, a lot of the times you spend a lot of that recovery trying to get to him. However, the lance doesn't have that problem, because the dash attack is brain dead. Remember when this challenge was about having no mobility? Yeah, it seems I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I was really tilted in case you couldn't tell, but honestly, it was kind of incredible stress relief. I genuinely didn't think I would be able to do something like this because it sounded so OP and broke in my head, but it absolutely worked and it shredded the boss to absolute hell and back. There's a lot to be said about the difficulty in this game, but honestly, I think Jin Dahaad is one of the most perfect examples of how it's done well. Being able to run away from his massive sweeping attacks, being able to block his breath and his snowballs made all of the difference because I genuinely could not get hit. And my main complaint, being I could never reach these bosses, was finally solved because by doing the dash attack, I could cross the arena in record time and get straight back to the action. It got to a point where I was genuinely enjoying myself again, but it didn't feel earned, and Jin Dahaad made me earn it. All right, let's see if this plan is gonna work. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. Honestly, I wasn't even worried. Like, I was just kind of like, man, this is gonna be so free. Like, I was just so calm and collected. Like, god, I'm so good at this video game, man. And just like that, I beat Jin Dahaad. Without any mobility. But honestly, at that moment, I realized something very critical about the soul of the challenge. Why do I, as a gamer, do this stuff to myself? It's not to beat it. It's not to have fun. It's to piss me off as much as possible and gain as much Stockholm Syndrome for a franchise as possible. So baby, we're going back to the greatsword. God bless. And honestly, I was treated with maybe the best fight in this entire game while not moving. And ironically, it's the Odagaron. See, when I first planned this video, I thought that this guy was gonna be one of the worst things that ever graced humanity. I mean, this thing never stops moving, but you know what that means, right? He also never stands away from you. Yeah, A lot of bosses you can play perfectly, but you can never do damage because they're too far away, but this guy, it's never like that. He's always going to come to you, which means if you charge an attack, you can not only land some of the nastiest offset attacks in this entire franchise, but also just tackle through and start your crazy wound/combo. Another thing is that this guy is just incredibly nerfed. Now don't get me wrong, you still cannot heal in this entire boss fight, but his attacks don't stun you for half an hour. There's a lot of things I learned about the Greatsword in this playthrough, and the main thing I realized was just how important animation cancelling is. Think about how we take it for granted. Whenever you get hit, you spam dash to get out of there as quickly as possible, and it feels wrong to not be able to do that. During this entire playthrough, I would instinctively click on my dash button and be completely disappointed when I see the giant dragon continue to slam its chains and break every bone in my body. It made me realize how valuable of a mechanic this is, which might sound stupid, but I don't think it's as foolish as it sounds. We get used to these mechanics, we get used to all these quality of life changes, and when they're finally taken away from us, you do feel it. And when I finally decided to play the game normally and just relax while editing this long, stupid video, I genuinely found myself playing better, playing more cautiously, playing with more respect for the enemy moves, and with more knowledge of the consequences that would follow if I would get hit. Especially with the Greatsword, I planned out my attacks better. I didn't just randomly go for attacks and then bail out when I needed to. I sat there, planned my strikes, and actually hit tackles and offsets instead of just hoping that my charge slashes would hit and bailing out with a dash if they didn't. I know this sounds really hyperbolic and stupid and a really bad way of trying to rationalize why I would put myself through such suffering, but it truly did help, and I think it made me like this franchise more. And when I say it made me like the franchise more, I meant it really just kind of made me feel like I was playing Monster Hunter Try again. Because honestly, this kind of just felt like a Monster Hunter World challenge. Yeah, I finally figured out why Monster Hunter Wilds felt so different from World, and it was because you didn't get stunned for half an hour every single time you get hit. Thank you, Capcom, for getting rid of that. I thank you so much. But whatever, it's time for the penultimate boss, the Zoh. Yeah, this guy was fine. If Nuudra completely broke me, this guy invigorated me. Because unlike Nuudra, where everything felt unfair and it felt like I couldn't have any room to breathe, this guy not only gives you room to breathe, but also gives room for you to breathe on him. That is not a phrase. That is not something that people say. God damn, I'm so tired. That this challenge it really helps that an enemy is like that. Okay, I'm kind of going crazy though. I'm kind of going, oh my God, I'm kind of popping the, okay. Through a wall, awesome. But I was going off. That was actually really crazy. I mean, this fight, it's pretty good. I really like the design and I really like the general movement and vibe that he has, but his fight itself is genuinely, unapologetically easy as hell. His ranged moves allowed me to get really easy perfect blocks, which allowed me to get a lot of charged slashes off that I did not deserve, and his telegraph tentacles allowed me to tackle him and land these really nasty combos because his massive head produces wounds like nothing else in this entire game. Because of his smaller hitbox and his smaller rate of attack, I was able to carefully plot out my moves and fight as an equal instead of as a victim. When he did a move, I would react, and when I did a move, he would react, but it never felt like it was a one-sided slaughter where I would get pushed in a corner and die a slow, painful death. It also helped that my Pelago decided to finally lock in and decided to help me. But whatever, we're not here for this fight because we're one fight away from the true meat and potatoes of this entire challenge. And then bonk, and then Shortly dies here. Bonk, there we go. Easy game. Okay, this is giving me a little more hope. So once we defeated Zoh, we finally began to duel with a boss that I've been waiting for this entire game. Arkveld, the flagship of this beautiful experience. A dragon, or actually no, it's a wyvern, damn, that runs circles around you. I want you to know that I've fought this guy a lot of times. Out of every single monster in this entire franchise, this is the creature that I know how to fight best. Because even though I fought Xeno'jiiva and Nergigante and Valstrax so many times, I know this guy's moveset like the back of my hand. And I had absolutely zero excuse of throwing this fight. I've beaten him in less than 5 minutes, and I know every single thing he has in his arsenal. His moveset is ingrained in my head, and yet this fight took a whopping 20+ minutes. Longer than my very first high rank Zoh Shia. Because even with this much knowledge, he was an RNG fight where I had no way to hit him and no way to heal. But I was already this far in. This was a monster that I logically was never supposed to beat, but I was already too far in. I couldn't buckle now. The greatsword is the most simple weapon in this entire game. Yet above every other weapon in this entire franchise, it's the weapon that requires the hunter to be the most locked in, to know every single motion that your enemy could take. Which means that this truly was the only weapon that could carry me through such terrible, terrible odds. I can't afford to lose now. Ooh, that was a close call. Oh. Bad start, but these are warning shots. Oh, me. Okay, I guess he can't hit me. I need to get an offset attack, actually. That's what I need to do. There we go. Look at me go. Woo! 2, 3. Never mind. 2, 3. Okay. I can't get close enough to hit him. Oh, massive, massive. 1, 2, 3. Bonkity bonk. Massive. Okay, wait, let's not feed. Let's not feed right now. Let's please not feed. Let's not feed. Oh my god, I'm f***ing feeding. I need my Palico right now. Okay, wait, now. Perfect. Oh my god, let's go. Thank god that didn't hit me. Where the f did his... Oh, where did his arm even go? Oh, come on. Surely my Palico sees this and goes, I should heal my owner before he drops fucking dead on the floor, right? Surely that's what he thinks. Surely that's what he's thinking in his silly little head, right? Surely. Okay. No, it's not even gonna work. It's not even gonna work, bro. No. I'm gonna die. No, not like this. Alright, we gotta lock again. That was kind of tragic. I just didn't have any time to heal. Come on, hit. Oh! Oh, I need something, man. I need something, man. I need a Christmas fucking miracle up in this. Oh my god. No! It's so over for my life. Not this shit again. Like, super skibbity blast. Okay, no way this hits me. Okay, it hits me. It's over. What do I do? What is it? I know I should offset. I'm just too scared to offset. I'm not even kidding. I know I should be offsetting right now. I'm just too fucking fearful for my life, man. Like, I just can't do anything. Help me. Hit that true charge slash. New wounds, you love to see it. No wounds, you love to see it. You love to see it. Am I cooked? Am I dead? Is the run over? Watch and see. Like and subscribe. Watch and see. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. 1, 2, 3. Not even close. Oh, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's fine. 2 is good enough. Okay, and then grab that. It's fine. Okay, surely. Ooh. Come on. Please. Yes! It's all over the screen. What the fuck am I saying? Okay, we did it. And it wasn't even close. Honestly, I don't even think I was stressing. I think I was just, man, it was just that easy. I didn't even know what to say, man. And just like that, the White Wraith was gone. But that's only half of the battle. See, after TU1, we discovered that the real hardest boss in this game wasn't Arkveld or Gore, but actually Zoh Shia. If you thought that he was hard when you could, dodge or move or anything, you're gonna be in for an absolute treat. Wait, stillball run anime is real? Wait, it just got confirmed like a minute ago. Am I looking at this right? Is this a fucking silk post? Am I? We got... looking beautiful as always, Hot Stalin. Dude, we got Silk Song? We got Silk Song and Steel Ball Run confirmed in the same month? What the fuck? Yeah, no, this isn't even a hard fight. Like, this is the part that pissed me off. Like, this isn't even gonna be a difficult fight. Like, I just won't be able to fight him. That's the problem here. Like, he keeps healing back his bull. I can't heal. I can't hit him. I can't even hit him more than he heals. Like, that's the problem. Not even close, baby. I'm not even concerned. And hit the wound. And I didn't hit the wound. I did not hit the wound at all. Two. Massive, massive even? Massive even, massive. Holy. 1, 2, 3. Bonk and... Oh, I'm gonna bust. It's all over the screen. My pussy is so wet. What am I saying right now? I should get a job. I should get off. God, I love the greatsword. I love the greatsword. I love it. Oh, I forgot about that. It's not even close, by the way. Okay, okay, awesome. No, I guess he can just do that. That's so Sigma. That's so Sigma. And I guess I'm just also halfway across the map now, which is even cooler. Oh, that is not as massive as I thought it was going to be. I'll keep it real, guys. I will keep it 150% real. That's not as good as I thought it was going to be. Mother... My god, this game is actually so good, bro. Game of the fucking year. I'm not even kidding. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Get me out of here. 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 No. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. I need crystals. I need crystal. I need crystal. I need crystal. No, no. Oh no. Yeah, here. Crystal, 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 crystal. Oh. More? God damn! Okay, surely. Okay, I thought that was gonna miss and I was gonna lose it. I thought that was gonna miss and I was about to be so upset. I would have been devastated. That would have ruined my leash. Shit, that's a lot of damage. Hey, peek this, peek this. Oh, that was great. That was all. Man, I love Monster Hunter, guys. I love Monster Hunter so much. Where's my max potion? Where's my max potion? I need it right now. I need it right the fuck now. Whoa, no, 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 no. Oh, fuck me. What do I do? No, I didn't mean to press that. I didn't mean to press that. I'm gonna, bro, I'm actually gonna. Oh god, oh, he's not stopping, is he? Oh no, he stopped. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh well, it's fine. Oh god, thank god. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button. No, that doesn't, that hits me. Oh my god, where's the dog? My dog needs to help me right the now, bro. It's just non-stop. It's non-stop. I don't even get it. Do I not deserve a break, Zoh Shia? Do I not deserve a fucking break? I'm only trying to kill you. It's like not that deep, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like what is, like what's your problem, bro? It's not that deep. I don't even like, not being able to animation cancel is so annoying, man. Like it's just like half of the things that are like, oh, I got this. It's not even a problem. It's just like I suddenly die. And there's no defending it. Like, it is just my fault for playing too carelessly, but it's like, it's so frustrating. How the did I manage to break this guy's tail? Are you kidding me? You're my ass, bro. This isn't even funny anymore. Nah. God damn, I'm just stuck here. I might as well just sit back, pull out. Oh my god, not again. Not again! Too bad he's just bullying the shit out of my cat. Can you please fight me again? We hit a wound. 1, 2, 3, 1. And then they hit that immediately. We animation cancel. We hit a wound immediately. Okay. And then we immediately do this. Okay. We animation cancel because we're goated. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. Are you kidding me? He's still alive. Wait. No. I'm gonna die here. It's over. It's over for me. It's actually over. Holy sh... Come on. Just die already. I see a wound. I just need to hit it. That's it. Okay. No, I'll take it. Please? Oh my god. Nothing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, charge slide. Yes! Oh my god. That was such a boring fucking fight. Jesus Christ. That was one of that. God damn. What a terrible way to start off my morning. What, am I recording this? Oh, thank God. And we got a gem. And just like that, I conquered Monster Hunter Wilds without ever moving in a fight, or more accurately, without pressing any movement key. But to be honest, the main challenge of this video wasn't even reaching the bosses a lot of the times. I mean, sure, that part was frustrating, but that wasn't the main challenge. The main challenge was trying to beat this entire game without animation and recovery cancels. Being forced to stay on the ground, alongside never being able to have enough space to heal and recover from statuses, made every single fight hard and like a ticking time bomb where you were constantly at a disadvantage. This led to some fights like Nurcylla and Arkveld and Zoh Shia being incredibly frustrating. But in a sense, I was kind of reliving the stuns of World in Wilds. And while I can confidently say that I did not enjoy this thing in the slightest, I can say that this was very much a learning experience, and being forced to respect every single attack in this game truly gave me a new level of depth I never saw in these monsters originally. I'll see you guys next week with a fresh new video essay out, but for this week, I hope you enjoyed my journey as I tried to beat this entire game without moving in the slightest. I'm Crit. You've been absolutely incredible for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.